Aloha, everybody. It's Brad Parker here. How y'all doing? Well, I got this great event coming up for a great new mug that I made, and I made it with this amazing, wonderful new bar. Well, it's not new. It's new to me. This bar is called Swizzle, and I worked with Jen, the owner, and I went through a lot of drawings, and then I finally kind of ended up doing a run on like an anglerfish from the bottom of the marinara trench. I'm going to have a revealing party on January 26th. This wild creature from the great depths comes in a wooden crate.
A little box. That's so cute.
And a miniature crate. So he won't escape. This is a very big project. Now, I didn't make this all by myself. I would like to tell you all that I did. So, Jacob Medina.
Me and Brad, usually the way we've been working is we do a lot of like sketching and ideas, and then we have a lot of phone calls and we have a lot of talks in person, and we kind of kick ideas back and forth off of each other, and then he'll add some tweaks, I'll add some tweaks. We'll make some suggestions. Maybe things should look this way, or the form should be this way, or there should be different details here. And it's really fun because we kind of like ping pong it back and forth a lot. And I've always like wanted to work with another artist because I see musicians do that a lot. And I don't know if artists like visual artists do that enough. So it's really fun. It's like and it's been really cool to just like, if you ever get stuck, the other person takes the whole project into a different direction. And that's been really
fun.
Funny
you say that because last weekend when we were all in New Orleans, we were talking about how a lot of mug, artists really need to start collaborating because one, there's fans of particular artists, but I think the creativity process, like having a collaboration between the two, because certain mug artists have a certain style, but like it's interesting to see what happens when you collaborate.
Started working together back on the big island of Hawaii. And I was on the west side and he was on the east side. And we just ran into each other by accident at a fair or something.
Think about that, actually. I can't remember where it was, but I remember seeing your artwork in Target. And I was like, what? This guy's stuff is in Target. I'm like, how did he get his stuff in Target? And I was just like freaking out.
You made it when you're in Target.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to go to the Tate. I want to be in Target. So
yeah.
Really. And then I think I met you. I don't know. We did a mural together. I remember we did a mural with Rockwood. And that was like at an art supply store or something. That might have been the first time we worked together.
Well, I think so. But then I think that's when you told me you were going to be at this night market or something. And then I came and saw you there. Yeah. And I got to see your art style. And I was like, oh, he draws a lot like I do. So then I thought we could collaborate and things would work smoothly. And they really did. They worked really great. I'm very happy with the stuff we've created.
Yeah, like you were saying, Christine, I'd love to see some more art collabos.
Anytime two artists are together, it's going to be more beneficial. So. All right, so let's talk about the mug.
Oh, yes, these cool mugs. Oh.
And why do our listeners out there have to have this mug?
One of the first things that I thought was very fun and exciting was when Jacob and I were already like penciling it and sending it back and forth, and we're looking for a name. So I decided to call it the Deep Trench Quencher.
That's a tongue twister for sure.
It's like a tongue twister. It's impossible to pronounce, right? This is like a
maybe it should just be an acronym, TDTQ.
Well, we've been calling it
a drinking game on like after so many drinks at the event. If you can say it,
you can say it.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things about that mug that I really like, and this was Brad's idea, was the swizzle stick is just so, I think it's so unique and it's such a great part of the narrative to the mug. And I think it's something that when I get a mug that has a nice swizzle stick like that plays into it, it's just so fun.
It really does.
That one lights up is just extra cool.
It gets a lot of attention too, because we had them out when we were at a bar together and people were like staring at it and taking pictures of it. I mean, when you're in a dark setting, it's going to get a lot of attention. People are going to be like, what is that? It's really drawing me over there.
Right. It's like an angry pitch.
Right? You know what I love about that mug too? That Swizzle stick, being that it lights up, so many of these tiki bars are so dark, and it really adds so much character to the table, like when you serve that mug with that Swizzle.
This is a steel, so that will last forever. So I've seen some other things that were like made out of bamboo and stuff, and they'll last until they get wet, maybe. So
That's true.
these are kind of like permanent. And with each mug, you don't just get one light. I think we're going to throw in a couple more with each mug. But you can turn the light on and you can turn the light off. And if you just leave it on, it will last for about a week or so. That's a great idea.
Do people need to pre-order the mug, or are they just buying it at the event? And who are we going to see there? Can you talk about the event?
So they can go to the bar and say, or you can also buy it from us and they will hold it at the event. So when you arrive to the event.
Okay, so they can pre-order it and say that they're coming to the event. Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as the bar itself, when we get to Swizzle, what should we expect? Like, what if you haven't ever been to Swizzle before, what's going to be our favorite thing walking in?
Other than me?
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, I've never been to Swizzle either, so I don't know what to expect. Brad, you've been there, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's one of the best little tiki bars I've ever seen. And the owner, the name is Jen and Tonic. That's her name.
It is Jen and Tonic.
Jen and Tonic.
Jen and Tonic. Oh.
And she's amazing. But it's very colorful. It's got a little bit of, she's kind of has a bit of a goth background a little bit, like you do. And so the bar's got a decent amount of skulls, and they got a little patio, and it's in this area that's like really high foot traffic. It's an area where there's all kinds of nifty bars and shops around there.
Okay. We're super excited.
It's very colorful. It's like, I don't know if you guys knew what Melrose Avenue was like in the 80s, but this area has that kind of feel to it. And so it's got a little outdoor patio in front of it. No, it's pretty happening.
No, but I guess we'll see. Like, I like your idea of everybody saying Deep Trench Quencher after they've like had a few Deep Trench Quenchers.
That is a great idea.
I like the idea of you guys saying it after you've had a few drinks.
Right.
It's a great sobriety test. You know, if you think someone's not proper to go home as they are, you say, can you say the name of the drink you have? Or the mug you have? You know, like, So
yeah, that's definitely a good sobriety test.
I thought it was really funny because it kind of had a little bit of a rhyme to it.
I like the case too, the box. Like, I actually have one of those, and they're really cool because you can kind of drill them into your wall, and it acts as like a shelf, so you can keep one in the box and then put something on the wooden box, the crate.
Listeners, make sure you come out to Dallas in 2 weeks. On the 26th of January.
It's 14 days from now, so you have plenty of time to book your flights. You have literally no excuse, and it's 14 days away. Like, call off work, whatever you need to do, 14 days.
Right.
Y'all got this.
Those sick days.
Sick and illness, you can pull it off by then.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't need to go to work on Monday. I think the 27th is the holiday. Don't worry about it.
The 27th is National After the Deep Trench Quencher Day.
And so we'll see you all there.